Welcome with us to the second part of the best tourist attractions in England. Number 6. Chester. Chester is situated on the banks of the River Dee and is one of the oldest buildings in the surrounding area, with the land belonging to its grounds. In addition to enjoying a distinctive mixture of bridges and gardens, it hosts various festivals, and it should be noted that it hosts one of the largest zoos in the world. The city was founded in 79 AD by the Roman Emperor Vespasian and was then called Castrum, meaning the Roman fortress, as it was a stronghold of the Roman military forces and a major settlement. The rule of Normandy and the rule of Prince William Conqueror, who ordered the building of a castle to control the city and the borders of Wales near it, and it flourished more in the era of the Middle Ages than it developed with the entry of railways to it during the era of the Industrial Revolution, where many new roads were established, until it witnessed significant expansion in the Victorian era. As for the city walls, the length of these walls is 3 kilometers in a circular shape, surrounding the city, dating back in its history to the time of the Middle Ages, which retains its shape in all its sides, except for the southwestern part of it, which shows traces of erosion. Between these walls, there are many gates, such as the Gate, the eastern one, which is characterized by the suspension bridges above it to be crossed, the North Gate, the Water Gate, the Wolf Gate, and the Gate of St. Martin, and while crossing through the suspension bridges, there are many towers around the walls, such as King Charles Tower, Goblin Tower, Bonwaldestrin Tower, and Thimblebays Tower. There is also a clock at the eastern gate of the walls.
What are the best places in Chester, sir?
Number 1. The city walls. And this is what Jessica talked about. Number 2. The city center. The city center is characterized by buildings with wooden facades painted in black and white, that is, in the Victorian style, and the most prominent of these buildings, the City Hall, which opened in 1869, and is characterized by the Gothic style, as it includes a tower in it. The Cathedral, which was built in the Norman era, and this cathedral is surrounded by buildings for the monks. Chester Heritage Center, the Shooting Tower, the tallest building in the city. Eastgate Street, which includes drawings dating back to the 17th century, and Chester Palace. Number 3. River Dam. The construction of the dam dates back to the 11th century, and many bridges were built over the River Dee, such as the Old Bridge dating back to the 13th century, the Grosvenor Bridge built in 1932, and a pedestrian bridge. Number 4. Hippodrome. Its construction dates back to the 16th century, and it is considered the oldest field in Britain, and horse races are still organized in it to this day, despite its small area, because it was a football field, and it was converted into a field for horses in 1539 AD, and the field is characterized by its location that surrounds. It has hotels, city cafes, and shopping streets. Number 7. Brighton. Brighton is a city located on the south coast of England. It is the largest local authority in the southeast of England. Brighton, which has a population of about 480,000 people, is characterized by monuments, and Brighton began to attract more visitors after the improvement of land transport to London, and it became a boarding point for boats traveling to France. The Victorian Sidewalk, the Pavilion Palace, various shopping areas, culture, music, arts, and many other places of tourism in England. Brighton is a destination for tourists annually.
What are the best tourist places in this city, sir?
Number 1. Royal Pavilion. The Royal Pavilion Palace is one of the most famous tourist attractions in Brighton, and its official emblem. The palace is characterized by a wonderful location in the vibrant city center of Brighton, Britain, and close to the sea. Its construction dates back to the year 1783 AD by order of King George IV, when it was designed in the Indian style, and it has now become one of the museums. It is visited by tourists from everywhere to see the splendor of Indian and Chinese design and decorations inside. Number 2, Brighton Dome. Brighton Dome is one of the most prominent tourist places in the city of Brighton, Britain. In this dome, the most famous high-end classical music concerts are presented, in addition to modern and loud music such as pop, blues, rock and roll, and many types of international music. And it also hosts multiple varieties of orchestra. Number 3, the Brighton Eye stands out as one of the tourist attractions in Brighton, and it is a new and distinctive landmark in the city of Brighton, where it was decided to establish it after the establishment of the London Eye. It reaches about 130 meters. Number 4, Brighton Pier Rides. Brighton Amusement Park. Many interesting activities await you in the Brighton Pier Rides amusement park, as it is considered the best among several tourist areas in the city of Brighton, and one of the most attractive to visitors, as its guests find a different set of electric and water games, while the young ones spend entertaining times enjoying the games that have been designated for them. Number 5, Brighton Beach is included in the list of the best tourist places in Brighton. We invite you to visit it. It is a beach that meets everyone's tastes, as it offers entertaining activities and offers visitors times full of relaxation and tranquility. Number 8, Lake District. The Lake District is located in northwestern England within the county of Cumbria, and is one of the most important tourist destinations in Britain after London. It is not only famous for its lakes, but also for its forests, mountains, and English literary heritage, lands of natural reserves and public parks in which construction or industrial or commercial activity is prohibited since the beginning of the 50s. Britain, named Scafell Pike. It also has lake markets in England such as Westwater and Windermere. Within the tourist area, there is a picturesque spot and a nature reserve called the Peak District, which is visited annually by about 16 million tourists. It is the largest nature reserve in England and Wales, and the second in Britain. The reserve extends 32 miles from east to west, and 40 miles from north to south. The region includes 4 main villages, the most important of which is Windermere, and many small villages. The region's economy depends mostly on tourism revenues from visitors from inside and outside Britain. The region is served by a good road network linked at its ends with highways to Scotland in the north and London in the south. It is also served by a railway network dedicated to the west coast. Number 9. Cambridge. Cambridge is a city famous for its universities of the same name. The city is located 50 miles north of London. The city has an ancient history, as archaeological discoveries have shown that it was an important trade center during the Roman and Viking eras. As for the world-famous University of Cambridge, it was founded in 1209 AD. So the city's skyline is dominated by many university buildings, where college gardens meet riverbanks, and the lush green lawns that surround the city add more tranquility and beauty to the city than its historic rival, Oxford. As for the best tourist attractions in Cambridge, Number 1, Corpus Watch. Number 2, University of Cambridge Botanical Garden. Number 3, the Bucks Park. Number 4, Fitzwilliam Museum. Number 5, Sedgwick Museum of Earth Sciences. Number 6, Strawberry Festival. Number 7, boat tours on the Cambridge River.
Wow! Very cool, sir.
Number 10. Liverpool. The city of Liverpool is located in the northwest of England, a city located on the northern shore, in addition to tourism that is located on the northern shore of the Mersey River, which is located on the northern seashore. Its papers began in 2004 and extended in the 20th century, and its origins in 2004 AD. Liverpool was famous for the Beatles band that appeared in the 20th century. Tourists and visitors to the city have begun to visit the distinctive places.
And what are the best tourist places in Liverpool, sir?
Number 1, Liverpool Cathedral, the largest Anglican cathedral in the world. In addition to being the largest in Britain, It has a beautiful neo-Gothic building designed by Sir Giles Gilbert Scott. Visitors can climb the tower in the cathedral to enjoy the stunning view of the city. Number 2. Albert Dock Complex. The Albert Dock Complex was established in 1846 AD, and the first non-flammable storage system in the world was used in it, where iron and brick were used in its construction instead of wood. And this complex consists of docks and warehouses that extend along the waterfront in Liverpool, and it is one of the most innovative complexes in the world. This heritage site attracts about 4 million tourists every year, and is considered a suitable place to spend time nice and enjoy eating. Number 3. World Museum is one of the largest museums in the city of Liverpool, as it contains several exhibitions in several fields, such as natural sciences, historical culture, space, and others. This museum was established in 1851 AD, and was renovated and expanded the building several times to receive as much as possible among the visitors. An aquarium for marine organisms has been added to the museum, in addition to a dome in which performances are presented for those interested in astronomy and space. Number 4. Liverpool Football Club is one of the most famous and popular sports clubs in the world, due to the possibility of participating in sports and famous people, and despite this, it was one of the most famous sports games in 1991 AD. Please, sign up to watch matches in it, or even to take a tour of the places where the players are, including the influence of the stadium and their clothing. And now, we reach the end of the video from the second part of the best tourist attractions in England, my loved ones.
It was a pleasant journey with you, sir, in England.
Thank you, Jessica.
Where are we going on the next trip, sir?
Jessica will be surprised.
Wow. I am looking forward to, sir.
Come on, get ready for the next trip around the world, Jessica.
Okay, sir.